Hello all, 10th of December 2017, and you're here with Dan in Essex, UK. So you can see that it's snowing. It went down to about -4 degrees C last night, which is about 25 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe, and had a lot of quite heavy rain this morning, and it started snowing probably about 3 or 4 hours ago, and has started to settle. We've probably got about, I reckon, maybe 5 centimetres, something like that, of snow, maybe, to say it in inches, maybe about 2 or 3, so certainly settling well. And the brassicas behind me are showing the importance of having crops which are cold resistant. So let's have a look here. So you can see what I've got. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you may remember that I had a huge infestation of cabbage caterpillars here laid by the cabbage white butterflies, etc, etc, and the plants looked pretty bad, but you can see they really have recovered well, and the resistance to cold is apparent. So standing up nice and upright. Now what you sometimes find is with the weight of the snow it pushes the leaves down, which you could see there, but got some nice Brussels sprouts starting to heart up there. Brussels sprouts, lovely vegetable, nice cooked with, chestnuts I believe, something along those lines. But see here as well, we're starting to heart up here and here. Now some of them are blown, but that's not the end of the world. They're starting to heart up here as well. So all looking good. And what else have we got? We've got kale here. Now, as I stated, it went down to -4 degrees C last night, and we've had a few frosts as well leading up to this snowy spell. So they've had cold on them several times, and it's clearly obvious that they can withstand the weather that we have here in the UK. Now, if you live in a part of, obviously, I know that in other parts of the world, such as Canada, you get a lot colder weather than we get here for a much longer period of time, so you'll have to check out to see what's suitable there. But these will withstand generally any weather we get here in the UK. And I remember a few years ago, I think it was 2010, it went down to about -10, something like that. I believe even -13 was mentioned, and I know that I had brassicas growing and they withstood that as well. And I also know that leeks are a great vegetable for this sort of thing. So when you're planning your garden, you really want to be planning all your your vegetable growing. You really want to be planning things that will continue to give you food throughout the winter months. Let's take a look at this kale here. And even the purple sprouting broccoli is starting to produce its spears. So when I grow these, I typically start off growing brassicas in the spring, normally around probably March time. Indeed, that's what I did earlier this year, and I grew these Brussels sprout plants, variety fill basket, grew them from seed, and this, just try to find you some, eating a lot of it now, the curly kale, which you can see is, can't see it, but underneath this snow here and here, and there's a few more specimens of it as well. I grew those from seed, and I was given these kales here. Nero di Toscana, I believe, is the variety, but the same rules apply, and I start them off inside on windowsills in little pots, about as much as I stated. Keep them well watered. Not too watered, you don't want them to go soggy, the seeds, but you need to keep them watered. A little bit of warmth, a little bit of sun from the windowsill will help to germinate them. And then what I do is, generally around sort of mid-May, I then put them outside into a polytunnel. Then we get a bit more strength, and then I tend to set them out around maybe late May, June time. And what you have to be careful of, a few things like to eat them at that time. Birds, pigeons especially, and mice as well like to eat them, so you may want to consider protecting them. In fact, you definitely want to consider protecting them if you don't want to lose your crop. Now, another thing that you definitely want to do around the summertime and into the autumn, you want to ensure they are protected from cabbage white butterfly. because they will proceed to lay eggs all over your brassica plants. Now, if you want to see the devastation that they can cause, go through my videos and you will see some brassica videos from the summer, and you will see what happened to my plants. But you can see now, well and truly recovered and very strong, and they are withstanding this cold snap no problem at all.